Hello students, in the last session we had discussed about increasing and decreasing functions and when the function is increasing and when the function is decreasing. So let's recapitulate once again the difference between the increasing and decreasing function. So in an increasing function, if a function is defined on open interval a comma b or close interval a comma b or half open a comma b or half close a comma b. So if x1 is less than x2 means as we move from left to right, from smaller to bigger, if x1 is less than x2, then the function of x1 should be less than f of x2. So it should be true for all values of a in between a and b. So then this function is said to be strictly increasing function. Similarly, when we go for decreasing function, if x1 is less than x2, implies f of x1 should be greater than f of x2, and this condition should be true for all values which lies in between a and b. So then this function is said to be a strictly decreasing function. And we have discussed on the slopes also. Means if you take a small neighborhood of a point in between a and b, if the slope is positive, means if the derivative of this function at x is equal to some point c, then if the slope is positive, then the function is said to be strictly increasing. And coming to a decreasing function, if the slope are negatives in between a and b at any point, then the function is said to be strictly decreasing. Now based on this, we will go for one statement. So the theorem is, let f of x be a real valued function defined on a, means the domain where it may be a closed interval a comma b or open interval a comma b or half open a comma b or half closed a comma b. And if the function is continuous and differentiable on open interval a comma b, then if the slopes are positive, that is if c is a number in between a and b, then if the slope of the curve at c is positive greater than 0, then f is said to be strictly increasing. If the slope of the tangent at x is equal to c, that is the derivative of the function at x is equal to c, which is a negative sign means which is less than 0, then f is said to be strictly decreasing. And sometimes it may be greater than or equal to. So if f dash of c is greater than or equal to 0, then f is said to be an increasing function, and if f dash of c is less than 0, then f is said to be decreasing function. So that is if f is differentiable, then we can conclude this. It is a necessary condition. But if we take the reverse of this statement, that is the converse of this theorem may not be true. Means sometimes if the function is increasing, then it may not be differentiable. Means though the function is an increasing function, sometimes the derivative may not be differentiable. So we'll see the counter example. So the example is f of x is equal to x to the power of 1 by 3, means it's a cube root of a function is an increasing function on half close 0 to infinity. So we'll find out the derivative and we'll check. So solution, let f of x is equal to x to the power of 1 by 3. Then what is f dash of x? F dash of x will be 1 by 3 into x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1, which is 1 by 3 x to the power of minus 2 by 3, means 1 by 3 into x to the power of 2 by 3. Now as 0 is there, if you substitute 0 here, what happens? Is it differential? Is it defined? No. So f dash of 0 is not differentiable. Means though the function is not differentiable, then the function may be increased. So the graph of this function will be like this. So it is 0 x-axis, y-axis, and this is y is equal to x to the power of 1 by 3. So though the function is not differentiable, we may find the function is increasing or decreasing. Next, we'll go for one more example. That is, if I consider for y is equal to x square, as the graph is well known, which is a parabola defined on R, means this is the function f is mapping from R to R. Now, what type of function it is? Either it is an increasing function or a decreasing function. So if we consider the statements of an increasing and decreasing function, suppose if this is minus 1 or minus 2 or minus 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now if I consider minus 2 to minus 1, minus 2 is less than minus 1. But what about their outputs? What about their outputs? F of minus 2 and f of minus 1. So f of minus 2 is 4 and f of minus 1 is 1, means 4 is greater than 1. x1 is less than x2. Then what we are getting? F of x1 is greater than f of x2, means it is decreasing function. But if we go similarly, minus 1 and 2, minus 1 is less than 2. But what about the outputs? F of minus 1 and f of 2, which is 1 and 4, again less than, means if minus 1 is less than 2, f of minus 1 is less than f of 2, that is 1 is less than 4, means can we say it's a increasing function? No, because sometimes we are getting decreasing and sometimes it is increasing, means in order to be increasing or decreasing, it should be defined for all values in the domain. But this is an example where it is neither increasing nor a decreasing function. But how to identify in which interval it is increasing and in which interval it is decreasing, or in which intervals the slopes are positive and in which interval the slopes are negative? So for that we have to go for a definition of a critical point, means we have to know what is a critical point. So based on the critical points of the domain can be identified in which interval it is increasing and in which interval it is decreasing. So now we'll go for the definition of a critical point. So critical point, a point x is equal to c in the domain, means the domain may be closed interval a comma b or open interval a comma b, half open a comma b, half closed a comma b. So in between a comma b, if there is a point c whose slope is 0, means whose derivative at c is 0 or does not exist, or we can say undefined, then this point x is equal to c is said to be a critical point. So what is the use of this critical point means? So based on the critical point, for given any function, the function in which interval the function is increasing or decreasing. So there are 4 steps to identify in which the function is increasing or decreasing. So the first step is find the critical points where f dash of c is 0 or undefined. So this is the first step. Second is divide the interval, divide the given interval into subintervals. Means, suppose the critical points are at some C1 and C2. Example, let us consider the critical, assume that the domain is A and B. Now, in between A and B, the slopes of the tangents are zeros or undefined at some C1 and C2. So, C1 and C2 are the critical points. Now, the given domain, the second step is divide the given interval into subintervals. Means the total A comma B is divided into partitions. That is open interval A comma C1, C1 comma C2 and C2 comma B. Assume that this is an example. Third is check for the sign of f dash of x in the subintervals. Check the sign. Sign means whether it is a positive or negative in the subintervals. Suppose if I choose a point x in between A and C1 and substitute that value in f dash of x. If it is greater than 0, then it will be an increasing function in this interval A to C1. And suppose in between C1 and C2 you choose any point. Assume that this is x2. If f dash of x2 is less than 0, means if you get a negative sign, then the function is said to be strictly decreasing in C1 and in between C1 to C2. Again, suppose if x3 is a value between C2 to B, then f dash of x3 is greater than 0, means we can say it's a strictly increasing function. So, based on the sign of the function derivative in the subinterval, we can conclude whether it is an increasing or decreasing. So that is the conclude or we can say conclusion. So based on these 4 steps, we will have this. So for example, as I told you, y is equal to x square defined on minus infinity comma infinity. The domain is minus infinity to infinity. But if we consider the entire domain, then this function is neither increasing nor decreasing function. But based on the critical points, we can separate the entire domain in such a way that we can find in which interval it is increasing and in which interval it is decreasing. So take the derivative, dy by dx is equal to 2x. So the critical point where f dash of x is 0 is 2x is equal to 0, means x is equal to 0. So that is the first step. Find the critical points where f dash of c's are undefined. So at x is equal to 0, the derivative becomes 0. Second, divide the given interval into subintervals. Means what is the interval is minus infinity to infinity. So based on the critical point, that is minus infinity plus infinity, in between 0, means we have to go from smaller to bigger. Now that given interval is divided into minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. Next, third, check for the sign of f dash of x in the subinterval. Third, you choose any point in between minus infinity to 0, any point. So I choose minus 1. Means if x is equal to -1, then what is f dash of -1? Whether it is positive or negative, we'll check it. F dash of -1, what is f dash of x? Is 2x. 2 into -1, that is -2, which is less than 0. Means what we can say? It is a strictly decreasing function. In what interval? -infinity to 0. Next, if x is equal to 1, because if I choose 1 in the open interval 0 to infinity, then f dash of 1 will be 2 into 1, which is positive, that is greater than 0. So the function is strictly increasing in 0 to infinity. Now what is the conclusion? The conclusion of the graph y is equal to x square is strictly decreasing in -infinity to 0 and strictly decreasing in 0 to infinity. So like this, we'll go for some problems on increasing and decreasing functions of a given domain. So we'll see one example. Find the intervals on which the function f of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 8 is increasing or decreasing. So we have to find out what is the domain of this function. Is a R, because as it is a polynomial of second degree. So it is defined for all values of x, that is R. But in R, in up to what intervals the function is getting increasing and up to what interval the function is decreasing. So we'll see the solution. Given f of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 8. Now what is the derivative of this function? F dash of x. Derivative. So derivative of x square is 2x. Minus either minus. Derivative of 3x is 3 and derivative of 8 is 0. Means f dash of x is 2x minus 3. Now we have to find out the critical points. So the critical points where we can find the critical points? Where the derivative is 0 or undefined. Where the derivative is 0 or undefined. So therefore, what is f dash of x? 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, implies 2x is equal to 3, implies x is equal to 3 by 2. Means that is the first step where 3 by 2 is the critical point. The second is, based on the critical point we have to divide the interval. So on dividing the interval, what is our interval? Is -infinity to infinity into sub intervals based on the critical points, that is -infinity to 3 by 2 and 3 by 2 to infinity. Means based on this, so assume that this is -infinity and infinity on the x-axis. So as 3 by 2 is in between -infinity to infinity, means 3 by 2 means it is approximately 1.5. Now after dividing the intervals, we have to go for the third, is check the sign of the f dash of x. If x is equal to, you choose any point in between -infinity to 3 by 2. Means if I go for 0, means in between 0 is there. Then f dash of 0, what will be f dash of 0? As f dash of x is 2x minus 3, then f dash of 0 will be 2 into 0 minus 3, which is minus 3 less than 0. Next, choose any point after 3 by 2. If x is equal to 2, because 3 by 2 is 1.5. If I choose 2 or 3 or 4 or 1000, any number in between 3 by 2 to infinity, and we'll check what type of sign we'll get. Then f dash of 2 will be 2 into 2 minus 3, which is 2 to the 4 minus 3, 1, which is a positive sign, which is greater than 0. So what we can conclude is, since f dash of x means f dash of x is less than 0, means we are getting a negative signs in what interval? In minus infinity to 3 by 2. Then f is strictly decreasing, and in 3 by 2 to infinity, what signs we are getting? As I have chosen a random value 2. You choose any value in between 3 by 2 to infinity, you will get a positive sign only. And f dash of x is greater than 0 in what interval? 3 by 2 to infinity. Then f is strictly increasing function. So the question is, in what intervals the function is increasing or decreasing? Means the function is increasing in 3 open interval 3 by 2 to infinity and decreasing in minus infinity to 3 by 2. So we'll go for one more problem based on the critical points and increasing and decreasing function. Next problem is, find the intervals on which the function f of x is equal to x cube plus 5x square minus 8x plus 1 is strictly increasing. Means on what intervals the function is increasing is asking. So we'll see the solution. Given f of x is equal to x cube minus 5x plus 5x square minus 8x plus 1. Find out the derivative. F dash of x is 3x square plus 10x minus 8. Now this is the derivative. Now we have to find out the critical points. The critical points where f dash of x is 0 or undefined, means it does not exist. So we can't have the option undefined in this interval because it is a quadratic polynomial. So that is f dash of x is equal to 0 implies 3x square plus 10x minus 8 is equal to 0. As it is a quadratic equation, this can be written as 3x square plus 12x minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0, because the product is 24 and sum should be 10. So 3x if you take common, x plus 4, and minus 2 if you take common, x plus 4 is equal to 0. So x plus 4 into 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to, what we can have is minus 4 or 2 by 3. So the total domain, that is R, minus infinity to infinity, is divided into sub-intervals based on the critical points. So what are the critical points we got is minus 4 and 2 by 3. Means, so draw a line like this, that is minus infinity to plus infinity. As the domain is a cubic polynomial, so the domain will be R. So this is the total entire domain, and in which it is divided into sub-intervals based on the critical points. So in order to divide the critical point, we have to move from a smaller value to a bigger number. So what comes first is minus 4 and 2 by 3. So these are the means the domain is divided into 3 parts. One is minus infinity comma minus 4. The other is minus 4 to 2 by 3. Minus 4 comma 2 by 3. And other is 2 by 3 comma infinity. That is our second step. Third step is we have to find out the sign in between these intervals. What type of sign? Whether it is negative or positive. Now, if x is equal to, you choose any point, minus infinity to minus 4, you choose any point. So that is, if I go for minus 5, so minus 5, let us go for, if x is equal to minus 5, in the interval minus infinity comma minus 4, then f dash of minus 5, f dash of minus 5, so 3 into minus 5 whole square plus 10 into minus 5 minus 8, 3 into 25 minus 50 minus 8, 75 minus 50 minus 8, 75 minus 58, that gives to 17, means a positive value. So f dash of minus 5 is positive, means what we can say, a function is increasing in minus infinity to minus 4. Next, if x is equal to another number in another subinterval, that is minus 4 to 2 by 3. 2 by 3 means it's approximately 0.6. So I can choose 0. If x is equal to 0 in minus 4 comma 2 by 3, then what is f dash of 0? F dash of 0, 3 into 0 square plus 10 into 0 minus 8. So we can have minus 8, which is less than 0. Means what we can conclude is it is decreasing in minus 4 to 2 by 3. Next, if x is equal to 1 in 2 by 3 comma infinity, then f dash of 1 will be what? F dash of 1 will be 3 into 1 square plus 10 into 1 minus 8. 3 plus 10 minus 8, which will be 13 minus 8, 5 is greater than 0. So the question is, in what are the intervals which are strictly increasing? So the function is strictly increasing are from where to where? From minus infinity to minus 4, and the other part is 2 by 3 comma infinity. So these are the problems, these are the examples based on the critical points to identify where the function is increasing and decreasing. And in the next session we will come back with the exercise on increasing and decreasing functions. Thank you.